Hey guys, JackCXE here, and today we're going to be talking about the fragrances that I wore on the week of 8-10 for my fourth fragrance rotation. The theme for this week, didn't really have a theme. I kind of just winged it. Whatever I saw on the shelf, decided to go with it. That being said, let's get into the video. On Monday, I wore Polo Cologne Intense. So this one reminds me a little bit of Dior Sauvage. If you take the Sauvage DNA and combine it with toothpaste, that classic fougere style. It's minty, it's brisk, really clean, really refreshing. This stuff is really nice. It's a bit of an under the radar cheapie, and it's probably one of the best fougere fragrances that I've smelled. It's refreshing. It's really energizing, especially in the high heat. And for a house that doesn't get a lot of love from the community, this stuff is really nice and pretty easy to wear. If you're a bit younger and you prefer sweet fragrances, might not be for you. It's probably recommended if you're, 30 years and up, because it does sort of have that throwback feel to it, but done in a really nice and modern way. Sunday, Polo Cologne Intense from the House of Ralph Lauren. On Monday, I wore Club de Nuit Intense Man, the Eau de Parfum. It being a Club de Nuit, it is also, of course, a clone of Creed's Aventus, but in my opinion, it's one of the best ones out there. So I know this stuff gets a lot of hate online, but I really like this. It's a fresh, smooth, smoky citrus. The original Eau de Toilette gets a lot of hate for being really harsh and really cheap and synthetic. I get that from the Eau de Toilette. This stuff, it smooths out that DNA, makes it a lot more rounder, a lot more richer. It's very bold and very powerful, this one, so if you do wear this one, go a little bit light on the sprays. But this stuff is super easy to wear, super clean, super fresh. For the price point that you can get it, definitely a good choice. This is like a 200 ml bottle, not too expensive, really versatile, and for such a big bottle, this is probably one of the better buys, especially for the Club de Nuit line. On Monday, Club de Nuit Intense Man, the Eau de Parfum. On Tuesday, I wore Spicebomb Metallic Musk from Victor and Ralph. As I've probably mentioned before, I really, really like the Spicebomb line. Probably one of my favorite lines. It's a fragrance line that speaks to me on a personal level. It's sort of my personality, very powerful, very aggressive, kind of in your face. But this one sort of takes that DNA and reins it back quite a bit. While the other ones, the Eau de Toilette, for example, are really, really aggressive with that spice, this one is just really smooth and creamy. It's a little bit clean. It's sweet. And you can definitely tell it's a spice bomb because of the tobacco and cinnamon sweet DNA that's in this. But it takes that original DNA and tones it down to maybe like a 2 or a 3. This is definitely very similar to Reflection Man from a wash. It's pretty close, but you can buy it for a lot cheaper. Victor Roth is still a bit of a high-end designer, so it is not discounted too much, especially with this being a new release. If you want a really nice alternative to Reflection Man, one that doesn't cost you too much money, this is definitely one to check out. Spicebomb Metallic Musk from Victor and Ralph. So on Wednesday, I wore Cherry Ghost from the House of Flavia. This is a clone of Cherry Smoke from Tom Ford. It's a pretty good alternative, especially since I bought this for less than $30. For the quality of this, the bottle, it's really fun. Got the sort of lime mint green finish on top of gold, and the Cherry Ghost is a really nice gold on maroon. This bottle is really eye-catching, and for the price you can get it for, looks really good too. So I get a burst of really juicy cherry when I spray it on, and then there's this wispy smoke underneath it that just makes it really intoxicating. Pulls you closer, makes you wonder, oh well, what's that smell? And underneath, as it starts to dry down, the warm creamy aspects to the scent come out. And yeah, like it starts out juicy, really fruity, with a wispy smokiness underneath. And as the fruit dissipates, it transforms into this amazing, really nice sweet fragrance that just smells killer in the air. It projects, it lasts long, it's really affordable. And I mean, yeah, this is definitely a fragrance that you want to check out if you're really into fruity fragrances, especially that Tom Ford, and you don't want to pay Tom Ford prices. On Tuesday, Cherry Ghost from the House of Flavia. On Thursday, I wore my decant of Zafiro from the House of Flores. So this fragrance to me, it's really clean. It's a bit floral. It's smooth. It's a bit soapy. As it starts to dry down, I get this almost honeysuckle feeling to it. So it's really, really natural, really fresh. It's the perfect type of fragrance for the weather that's outside right now. It's really, really hot where I'm at. This fragrance, it'll freshen you right up. To me, it smells like spring, flowers. You're walking outside in a park, you're hearing the crunch of the gravel underneath your feet, and you walk by a really beautiful patch of flowers. It's basically like that kind of memory transformed into a soap. This, because this does have that soap aspect, that clean aspect to it. It's really easy to wear. I think both genders can pull this off these. Definitely a really, really nice choice for the hot weather. This smells like spring in a bottle, but you could also easily pull it off during summer. On Thursday, Zafiro from the House of Flores. On Friday, I wore Terre d'Hermes Eau Givre. So it retains that DNA from the original Eau de Toilette, that spicy, masculine orange flint, but it tones down the flint quite a bit, makes it brisker or refreshing, bit easier to wear too. Like, I know that some people don't really like the original Eau de Toilette because they think it's too sharp and too earthy, but get out of here. You just don't like fragrances if you're saying that you don't like that stuff. This, for people who want to try out the DNA but are a bit afraid of vetiver, a bit afraid of flint and earthy notes, this one's a really, really good alternative stepping stone into the DNA. It does smell similar to the Outre Fraîche, which I have a big ass bottle here, but this one to me leans a little bit too heavy on the soapy side. So while the opening for this one is harsh, but this one, it tones that soapiness down, makes it a lot easier to wear. And this is a really nice in-between from the Outre Fraîche and the Eau de Toilette. That being said, on Friday, I wore Terre d'Hermes Eau Givre. And on Saturday, I wore Stronger With You Only from the House of Giorgio Armani. So this stuff, I really, really like this. It's has that original sweet roasted chestnut in it, but it takes that and adds a bunch of citrus, some aquatic notes. It really freshens up the DNA. You still definitely get that really enticing roasted spicy sweetness that you get from the original Eau de Toilette. This is way easier to wear in the hot weather. That's exactly what I did. It's really enjoyable. It's easy to wear. I think just about anyone will like this. No, just don't go too heavy on the sprayer because while it does have a bit of freshness in it, it definitely can be a little bit overpowering and cloying if you spray too much. If I had to put it similar to something, it would probably be Born in Roma Yellow Dream from Valentino. They're both sweet and spicy fragrances, but they're also not too overpowering. Like the Born in Roma, this does have the freshness to it, a bit of fruity pop in the opening that prevents it from sitting too heavy on your skin. As it dries down, that sweetness does come out a lot more. It's still pretty easy to pull off during the warmer weather. And if you're a really big fan of sweet fragrances, especially sweet spicy ones, during the warmer weather, during the summer season, this is probably one that you'll want to check out. Plus, from discounters, not too expensive, especially for an Armani. It's definitely worth a shot, especially as a fragrance that does not get a lot of love. On Saturday, I wore Stronger With You Only from Giorgio Armani. Okay, guys, so that was my weekly rotation number 4. Didn't really have a theme for this one, just kind of threw things into a basket and chose what spoke to me. If you enjoy content like this, I'm going to be posting at least one of these a week. And I eventually want to get more into posting some more videos. Got a lot to talk about. And if you do like that sort of content and you want to see where this channel goes, hit subscribe. Leave a video a like and let me know in the comments below what you guys wore. That being said, Jack CXE with Soul Patch Sense, and I hope you have a good day.